Hello everyone, my name is MJ Vilches, and welcome to another stream where we will be adding some character customizations for this character right here. So, yeah, um, when creating character, I'm not really an expert in. A little disclaimer: I'm not an expert in creating character creators in Blender, but I do want to be able to create a character creator so I can make a crowd easily, like a crowd of people, and I can add some variations to them. And this character creator that I'm doing right now is going to help with that. But also I want to do it in a way where I can easily import it in Unreal. And I say easily, but it would still require a lot of work to actually import stuff in Unreal from Blender. But I want to be able to, not to do it in a way where it's not too complicated. And yeah, I think I've developed a nice way of doing it. Although, if anyone's going to watch this and see what I'm doing, feel free to share your own thoughts and knowledge in the comments. But yeah, without further ado, let's do this. For the character customizations, I'm actually just going to add some custom properties. I think for someone like me who doesn't exactly have that much knowledge in programming and stuff, this is an easier way to do it. So I'm going to be using custom properties, which I will be attaching to certain aspects of our character here. We'll be using the custom properties to manipulate the look of the character and, customize it. Based on the limitations, of course, of the customizations that we make. Now, I think it's important to add some limits to this, especially since the characters of the Underland project should look like an abomination. And many people who randomize character creators in games ends up creating a bit of an abomination. And some midgets in Ark, actually, you just see midgets that have really big chests and stuff. It's really funny. But we don't want that for our character creator. Although ScaredFlier probably would want to create something like that. But yeah, let's do this thing. I do need to post my stream real quick here. I'm gonna share it. I'm just gonna share it. Let's see, share it on Facebook. I'm just gonna share the stream for real quick here, just so we can get more people here, I hope. Share on my page on Facebook first. Okay, then I just need to copy that and I can post this everywhere else. Also in Discord. So yeah, I'm still kind of sick. You're gonna be hearing some cough while streaming. I apologize in advance for that. And yeah, let me share to Twitter as well. Okay, I think we're good. So yeah, for the character customization, I usually see a cogwheel thing added to the rig, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to add anything else to the rig. I'm just going to use the rig itself. And since the character customization, it's supposed to be only, manipulated once, because you only want, you don't want to accidentally access this thing. Excuse me. I'm going to put it outside of the object mode of the rig. Because if you control tab, it should just disappear. Let me make an example of that. We select the rig, we go to the rig's maybe object properties, and I'm gonna add here, there, and it will come out right here. And if I go to post mode, it should be not visible anymore. It should disappear. It should not be accessible anymore. It's only accessible on object mode. And I think that's what we need to do. That's important. And we're going to keep it like that. So we start with, I do have a list of things of customizations. I think it's important that we actually plan this thing ahead. And dang it. I need to open the right file. Come on. No, not that one. RCM customizations. And this is the list of things, the customizations that I'm gonna be applying to this character. So we have age. This is something that I don't know. We probably need to do this in a separate blend file actually, and just append everything else. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I mean, I'm probably gonna create like a quick animation, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new one. Delete. I guess I'm gonna keep this here. I'm gonna go cam and lights for this collection right here. I'm gonna delete the cube though. We don't need the cube. And I'm just gonna name this RCM version 1. And we're gonna append both of our variants here, the masculine and the feminine one. And I think that's the first thing we're gonna do. We're gonna try to create a custom property where we can switch from one model to another. And just gonna add everyone else here once I'm actually done doing the other ages. So yeah, let's go and append file, append. Now append gun-based female, ladies first. RCM adult F, I think is the collection that we need to copy here. There we go. Yeah, the rig hidden right there. I'm gonna name this RCM F rig. This plane right here, guess I'm putting that in cam and lights. This is the floor. We won't really need it. I might delete that later. But for now, I'm gonna let that stay there. RCM base F. The base model for the character creator are male and female adults. Hey there, Al or AI. Welcome to the stream. I'm creating a character creator and adding some custom shapes. I'm first appending the assets that we'll be needing for this character creator. Alan, okay. And I'm putting the male and the masculine and feminine variant. Collection RCM adult F. Wait, I opened the same blend file. We shouldn't be doing that. We should be in M now. What did I just do? Did I open? I think I did. It's supposed to be append. So I'm just gonna go grab the male variant now. Collection RCM base M. So we have our male and female variant there. I think we're gonna mostly be adding the customizations on the male variant first. But let's try adding a custom properties here. I might have to actually create a model. Or let's make it a cube for now. Or we can actually like very quickly. I'm just gonna put this right here. And this is just going to be where our custom properties will be. I think it's best that we separate it. So I'm just gonna go delete that actually in edit mode. Shift A, I'm gonna add a circle. Make this 12. RX90. I'm gonna try to very quickly create a cogwheel kind of thing here. Shift D that. Do this. Let's see. Maybe edge select mode here. Oops. Let me just delete the faces. X face only. Only faces. Edges. So just, very quick cogwheel. This just houses our all of our customizations. So we have that there. I can just add a, I'm gonna press N. And if I add a custom properties here, we should see right here, we have our custom property. You could just move like that. And then we can actually set this. I'm gonna try integer array. Minimum 1, 2. Integer arrays so that we could just switch. Can we? Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be as easy as I thought I would. As I thought it would, because the aim is we need to tie it to any other customizations. It would be easier, but the display and hiding and unhiding of collections, that's gonna be we're gonna figure that out. Physique, I think, is what I named this. Male and female variant. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is when I pick one, pick stuff male or female. I'm gonna copy data path here for first. Visibility. Yeah, that's gonna be something we're gonna figure out later. We're gonna start with the customizations for now. So that's something that I do know what to do. And we're gonna start with, I guess, the body, chest, waist, and posture. Now, this are things that I'm just gonna be doing using probably the tweak bones. As you can see, we can add a driver on this tweak bones to increase like the chest size. Like so, we do have to add some limits to it. Probably even use the FK bones here too. Because this is an FK bone. As much as possible, I actually just want to manipulate the tweak bones for these customizations. As you can see, you can already see some, there's already a customization that's nice. And when I'm gonna create a quick animation just so we see, I'm only gonna animate FK and IK bones. Those are the bones that we shouldn't really touch for the customizations. And the tweak bones are the ones that we're going to be manipulating to add some customizations. I'm gonna be using IK to animate this very quickly, just like an idle animation kind of thing. It should be very easy to do. I'm just gonna add some location, rotation, and scale keyframes here. Auto keying on. And that's it, actually. Let me go to animation for a while here. Maybe even move the camera in position. Oh, GRX90. Let's just do some preliminary setups here to get our character creator. Nice. So I'm just gonna do that. Probably set the focal length to 70 here. Okay, Al. Thanks for stopping by. So I'm just gonna set that up. Let's very quickly create an idle animation here. I'm gonna control tab to curve editor. Just gonna get the X location modifiers and add a noise. Of course, we don't want that to be that fast. Let me turn off some things first, like the subdivision surface. Let me just turn that off. It should be good. Of course, we don't want that to move too much. I'm gonna increase the scale to about 50 maybe, and then the strength to 0.05. So there's now a slight, motion on the x-axis. We can, but that'll be crazy. Anyways, we're gonna copy this noise modifier. Also add that to the y-axis. Y location. Let's do a little bit of a idle animation here. Probably need to offset it by 100. I'm also gonna add this to the Z rotation. Here, just one frame, and we have ourselves an idle animation. Probably should move the arms as well. And I believe I set this to FK bones. FK controller. Do need to... yeah, it's an FK. So I'm just gonna go and add a keyframe. Location rotation scale. For that, start with the left arm. Probably the Y rotation. Where's the Y? Yeah, the Y rotation should be like this. Yeah, swaying a bit. I mean, you can always use references from games and stuff. And I find that they do sway a bit. And this is just a very quick idle animation I'm doing. Okay, probably gonna add one for the Z-axis as well. Add the same things. I'm just gonna paste that. Probably offset it a bit so that it doesn't like sway at the same time. Probably even reduce the scale of the Z here. Make this 25. There we go. I'm gonna copy this, paste this on the Z. I also add a keyframe for this one. And paste this on the Z rotation. I'm gonna offset it to probably negative 100. Negative 100. There we go. Same goes for this guy. And I'm probably going to also add this to the Z rotation of the chest. Offset it probably by negative 200. And then the head, I'm going to paste it on the Z rotation as well. I'm going to make the strength maybe 0.1. No, it's probably not Z rotation. Let's go with Y rotation. There we go. 0.1. There's a very quick idle animation. It's actually looking great. I'm gonna change this to madcap. This one, set the attribute so we see the eye. I could add blinking and stuff, but I don't know. And then already we have like a nice idle animation going here. I mean, of course, you can add more, like the fingers, like slightly closing and stuff. Hey there, Paul. Welcome back. Creating some character customizations. But I'm gonna add an idle animation first, just so we can preview if the character customizations. It's not even like going to be the best character customization, but it should serve the purpose that I'm actually, you know, its purpose. It should serve its purpose, and the purpose of it is to just create different variations of a character for a crowd scene, and that's what these guys are for, just to add more, you know, people for a crowd. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that eye open, and and if you want to have a staring contest with this guy, you'll never win. Anyways, let's do this thing. We're gonna start with the body customizations, the chest. Okay, I'm just gonna wonder why that got moderated. Although I am planning to create some main characters using this guy, and then I do need to still work on them, re-rig them, apply the customizations, because it's just going to be bones, driven by bones. But the rigify, like tweak bones. And we're gonna be using this. Yeah. Now we can start doing adding some customizations. Let me just go. I like the madcap. Madcap has a nice shading. Okay, there we go. Now we are going to enable the torso tweak bones. Yeah, torso tweak bones. It's going to be body. I'm gonna add a new properties here. It's going to be float, so that we have the point stuff. 0.1. Body. Chest. And it's just going to be from 0 to 1. Or maybe minimum is -1. Default value 0. reset. If I reset the default value, they should be 0. Okay, so this is going to be the body chest, and it's going to manipulate the size of. I'm gonna copy data path. It's gonna manipulate the size of this bone right here, or these 2 bones. Of course, it can't be controlling things too much. Should it be this bone? I think it's going to be this bone. We gotta turn off auto keying. We don't want to be adding. And we're gonna be adding some limits so that it doesn't. It's not. I'm gonna hide this camera. It's obstructing the view. There we go. So the tweak bones. Okay, nice. The way we can do this is we're gonna go and add drivers to the scale. So I'm gonna add drivers to the X axis first. I'm gonna add a driver there. I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna add an input variable, and then I'm gonna select the circle. We should have a circle here. Wait. I gotta rename this thing. Oh, it's a cube. Let me just go customize. Name this customize. I'm gonna go back here again to post mode. Edit this driver. Let's go find customize. There we go. And then we're gonna paste the data path that we copied. And if we manipulate that thing, it should work. Yeah, there we go. But we have to add limits to this. We have to clamp it. So already, body chest. And the best thing about doing the editing the tweak bone is because the other bones follow. And I can just like set it like that, and the idle animation still works. Best for retargeting animations. Now I can probably do this by adding a soft limit here, I think. Let me try negative 0.5 and 0.5. Let's try that. Set that to 0. There we go. We can add the limit or the clamping. But it does this. Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. We don't want that to be that. So we're going to have to add the limits in the driver itself. Gonna go driver editor here. Should be in modifiers, limits. There we go. I'm gonna go minimum. Minimum X is 0. Oh, no. Minimum X is 0.25. Minimum Y should be the same thing, actually. Maximum is, oh boy, 0.5. Okay. Yeah, this may not be the thing that we need to do. Now, I was able to do it on my other character customization tests, adding limits to it so that it doesn't go overboard. And that it's still displaying the 1 and 0. Let's see. Is it the precision? Yeah, I added a soft limit, but we don't want that. Was it the precision? Oh no, precision is the number of like zeros. 3 precision means there's like 3, no, 3 zeros here. Point after the point. So we don't want it to be too much. And I really think it's in the driver. We need to edit the driver. Let's see. It should be here. .25. Maximum is 1. Oh no. Actually, yeah, it's this one. 1.5. 1.5. Let's try that. So you actually add to the 1. Do I still have the soft limits turned on here? Yes, I do. Why do I have it turned on? There we go. Okay. We just have to tweak it more so that, excuse me, you can actually add limits to this. So 0.1 maybe. Then 1.1. Let's try that again. There we go. We're getting there. Why is the soft limits always added? Is it because I'm control Zing? Right, I gotta AFK for a bit. So yeah, excuse me. Drivers can be really annoying, but once you get like some understanding with it, it actually becomes really fun to set it up. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to modifiers here, tweak the limits more. 0.1 I think is too little now, so I'm gonna go with 0.15. Then let's try that. The soft limit better not be back. Yeah. Okay, that's just too much. Come on, set that to... pressing the wrong buttons here. There we go. I edit this driver. So somehow it's just too small for my taste. The 0.05 maybe. 0.05. Then 1.05. 1.05. There we go. Okay, that is still incredibly small. Well, the 1 seems to be incredibly, like the amount of chest bigness there, chest width. So we're just gonna keep tweaking this until we actually get like a nice look at it. That looks great. 1.1 I think works. 1.08 maybe. 1.008. And then this, the minimum of this should be 0.1. Try 0.5. Ah, it needs to be negative. Negative point 1. Negative 0.1. Let's try that then. Oh, yeah. No, that's not it. We'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. Tell you what, I'm going to go, just so it's easier and we don't need to keep coming back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to set this to -1. And I'm going to go back here and dang it, I cannot select the bone. Oh, there it is. 1.1. There we go. We can just, look at that. There we go. Okay. Now we have things here. 0.5. Too small. 0.8. 0.8 I think is just the right amount here. Will it be 0.9? 0.85. No, 0.8 I think works. Excuse me. There we go. Nice. Okay. That's great. Now I'm just going to go copy that driver and paste it on this other one. The Z. And now if we go back and go to our customization, this is the default value, 0. That's the maximum chest width, depth, and width. When you breathe, this is how you breathe. It changes the width and depth of your chest. Like, anyway, might not hurt to actually add more maximumness to this. I'm gonna delete this driver for now. Delete single driver. Yeah. I'm gonna edit this driver. Tell you what. Let's make this the maximum. Just so we see how much we can add here. 1.1. 1.1. Yeah, that should be good. 1.1. There we go. Now I can go back to transform, copy the driver, and then paste the driver right there. Let's go back to 0. Default value 1. There we go. Gotta add some limits, otherwise people are gonna be making some abominations with this. Because I do plan to really to give this away for free to download. So we have our chest. We're down. We're good with this one. Now let's go for the waist. Body waist. Should probably get rid of the properties that I created here. Tell you what, I'm gonna object, set origin to geometry. There we go. That way we can move this customizations around wherever we want. Excuse me. And we have to make sure that this is inside a different collection. Customization. So we still need to figure out how to like switch, like turn stuff on and off using the custom properties. That's something that I want to figure out. How do you add a driver to this thing right here? Yeah, we're going to have to. That's something for a different video. Still need to figure that out. For now, let's gonna keep going with the body customizations. Next would be the body waist. So it's still going to be. It's not gonna be integers. Float. Body waist. Minimum is -1. And everything else would be the same. Also, the default value should be 0. Okay. Reset that to default value so that it goes 0. And I'm gonna copy the data path of that. And let's see, which one should be... No. This one is the perfect thing to manipulate for the waist. Like this FK bone here, but I don't really want to touch it. Then again, I'm probably not gonna be using that FK bone. I mean, it functions the same as the IK waist, but I really don't want to manipulate those two. So maybe it's just going to be, what, this one? But it would be easier to just take this FK bone scale, do it like this. You can add more waist. I mean, look at that. That's so funny. Add more waist. Or is waist supposed to be like this one right here? Doesn't really matter. It also, I mean, it naturally deforms it. Like if the waist is bigger, everything else should go down as well. And if that's like that, if we just play this, it would still be, it would still have the idle animation. The idle animation still works, but now he's slightly. Which means I will have to tweak the leg as well. Like it becomes like this. So that the knees don't bend. But that just made him... You can make this kind of customization for like older people. That way we don't have to like model an age. Like an actual separate mesh for the age. Just input some settings and we have ourselves an old guy. And then you can just change the posture of this. Using the FK bones too. Like change the posture. Can I move this? I mean, look at that. Now he's an old guy. FK bones. Is this an FK or a torso? Oh, it's a torso tweak. Never mind that. That's not an FK. It's a torso tweak. Okay, this is it. This is our waist bone here. So I'm just gonna go do that. Probably. Yeah, we're gonna be manipulating the scale of this one right here. Okay, we got this. Maybe just the x-axis. No, I'll S that. X-axis and y-axis or z-axis. Yeah, just the x-axis actually. Oh crap! Gotta set that to 1. 1 is the default value, of course, for this scale. I'm going to have to set some limits here. 0.9 probably, and then 1.3. There we go. 1. Okay. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna go add a driver to this. Var is like that value 1 plus 1. Let's edit that driver. I'm gonna close that, add an input variable, select the customize again, and then I'm just gonna paste the data path for the body waist. And then very quickly we can just add a limits modifier and set the minimum x to 0.9, 0.9, and maximum would be 1.1, 1.1. Now if we go to customize here, yeah, we don't, it doesn't manipulate too much. And we're getting this awful thing on the leg here, but I guess it's fine. Maybe we can add more maximum to the maximum limit. Maximum effort. Okay, so 1 point, maybe 1.5. Not too much. Just gonna do that. There we go. Nice. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm going to have to list down everything that we've written here. Gotta go back here. Because I will need to repeat this for the female variant. Hey there, Dominic Pond. Creating some character customization stuff in Blender. Okay, so chest 0.8 to 1.1. Waist, excuse me, 0.8 to 1.15. I'm just gonna save that so that we don't have to like look through all of these bones later when we're redoing this for the female variant. Okay, so waist, I think we've added some limits. Should I go wider? We're only manipulating the x-axis here, but let's see what happens if we copy this driver and paste it on the y. Yeah, it does this where it's... How about z? Yeah, just the z-axis. And keep that y. So waist, by default, 0. And everything else should... I'm going to have to do something about this sword. That shouldn't go big like that, because if that becomes a thing, the sword bearer and the sword will... Like the sword holder and the sword will grow as well as the waist. So I'm going to have to do a different rig for that one. Or completely remove it. Just add it later. But for now, let's stick with that. Okay, we have the chest, the waist. I forgot to add something else that's actually important for the body here, which is, you know, height. And for the height, it's just going to be the root bone. It's the root bone. We're just going to manipulate like the size of the root bone. So taller, it's just scaling up. Shorter, scaling down. Posture. Posture is going to be difficult. Hey, thanks for that, Dominic Pond. Maybe I do. But it's kind of difficult to actually... I don't know what's happening. But I never get that many views in the streams. Is it the schedule? Probably the schedule. But this is like the perfect time for me to, you know, to stream. Sometimes it's not even the perfect time for me to stream. So the tweak bones just, you know. Posture, I might have to give up on posture, do I? Or should I? Usually people are awake more at midnight nowadays. I don't know, I'm not sure. Especially internet people or people who lives online. I'm gonna go do that, play the idle animation, and it would just follow. There we go. We can have different characters now. Even by just tweaking the chest and the waist there, it will already add some kind of variation. But yeah, posture. Posture. What do I need to tweak? Because this is a tweak. This is a bone that we can tweak right here. To change the posture, I can just manipulate like the rotation of this. And that's already enough, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this is also just really the perfect time for me to stream because, you know, other people in the house won't be actually in the house and I can actually just stream without having too much noise or being called too much from the outside. Really want to be able to, you know, make an office for doing those productions, but you know, as you can see, we don't have that much followers, we don't have that much stuff, so it's not very sustainable yet and can't hire or even rent the space for doing those productions alone. Maybe that's something we can do someday, but for now, I have to do this at home, where I'm with some people, with my family. And during this time is where I can just stream and not be disturbed. Then again, the streams, I just leave them for anyone to watch afterwards anyway. My channel name, the Doodleboat. The Doodleboat. It's not always been the Doodleboat. But yeah, I call my channel the Doodleboat because that's what I call. You guys probably should watch my animated shorts of my journey to awesomeness on my main channel. But yeah, the Doodleboat is just the embodiment of everything I use to create stuff for my channels. So, you know, it's a boat that houses all my gear, and it's kind of like my home for, you know, creating. If you look at my channel art, maybe you can understand it more. But yeah, the Doodleboat is just a place where I make stuff. And that's why I call this the Doodleboat, and my main channel, Doodle Notes Productions. That's going to be like my company that I'm trying to like single-handedly raise from the ground up. And I want to be able to, you know, create films and animations, like produce films and animations, like how, you know, like a film production company. That's the goal, at least. That's the awesomeness for me. Yeah, if you want to know more, my videos on my main channel should explain it, the journey to awesomeness videos, especially the beginning and end, because that explains all of my contents and what I plan to do, etc., etc. Before it was just Doodle Notes 1 and Doodle Notes 2, but they're not really great for search engine stuff because something else comes out if you search those. That's why I tried to come up with something, and yeah, I explained it on the video. Anyways, let's see. I really just, you know, consider watching my journey to awesomeness videos, because those videos are like my vlogs, you know, or the making of videos, but explained in a 3D animation kind of way. They're pretty awesome, I think. I mean, they're not the best animation out there, but, you know, they share my journey in a creative way. Yeah, thank you so much for that, Macro. Yeah, that's the dream. I call it to, you know, the journey to awesomeness. The dream, which is, you know, awesomeness is just getting to a point where I'm free to create films, animations, anything, even games. I want to be able to create some games as well, or just use Unreal Engine for filmmaking, because it's being used for filmmaking as well, like in the Mandalorian and stuff, the virtual production thing. They used Unreal for that. I want to be able to learn that because VFX is like a big problem here in our country. And I want to be able to fix that, or one of the guys who at least tries to fix that for our country, because our films or TV shows have the worst VFX. I want to be able to find ways to do that using only free software to kind of take away the budget side of things, where you need to buy like really expensive software to be able to create things. So that's why I like switch to a free and open source workflow, which means all of the software I use are just free. There's no like other subscription thing that I avail to use stuff. Unreal is free, actually. Unreal is free. Hey, thank you, Macro. Yeah, Unreal is free. You can just, you know, download Epic Games Launcher and download it. It's for free. They're working hand in hand with Blender as well. They support Blender. And there's a bunch of tools that makes it easier to like import, you know, models from Blender to Unreal. And that's one of the things that I actually plan to do for this customization as well. I want to like import it to Unreal. But one thing that I find very difficult in Unreal is to create a color picker. Creating a color picker in Unreal, like creating a character customization and then adding a color picker, that proved to be incredibly challenging. I took a lot of time trying to be able to do that. I managed to do it, but it's not the best color picker in the world. Anyways, I'm gonna go add a customization for the for the height. Press OK, reset to default value. Just gonna copy the data path of that. And I'm just gonna go add it to all of the scale here. Let's start with Z. Just gonna add a driver. Add an input variable, look for the customize thing. And there we go. And I can just do this and that should, there we go. Oh boy. Wait, where did I'm pretty sure it's applied on the root. Yeah. Now let's add some limits, because that can't happen. Yeah, Unreal is free, but you can buy stuff in a marketplace that will cost some money. But those stuff, you can either, buy it for convenience or just do it yourself in Unreal. Find a way to do it yourself in Unreal. Which, of course, involves work. But yeah, Unreal is free. So minimum, we are going to 0.9, the minimum here. And maximum, 1.1 maybe. Not gonna be adding too much. I think what they say with the difference between Unity and Unreal is that Unreal gives you more options than Unreal. I'm not sure though. I haven't really tried Unity. Okay, that should be enough. Now I'm just gonna copy the driver with this. Paste and paste, and that should do the trick. Now it would be manipulated in a way where you can be gigantic or midget. Although, this would I could probably go smaller. I guess one of the reasons why I prefer Unreal is because it has a filmmaking aspect to it as well, which is the main thing that I want to do as a content creator. And I want to be able to study it so that if there come a point where I can actually utilize the virtual production stuff, I already know stuff about Unreal, and I can just apply it for my future production if I ever get to a point where I can buy the stuff that will allow me to do virtual production. I can probably use this method to like create from I can now create like a young adult to adult customizations for this one. I can probably even go further down and add I'm gonna append some stuff here just so I have reference. I can go down up to a kid, maybe. We go in characters, character variation. Is it this one? I'm gonna go object. Kid male, where is it? Can probably go up to this small for the height, so you can just make a kid. And I'm going to completely eradicate the age thing, or this could be a template. And if you just select things, it would set parameters to kind of have that template for a kid. Let's see. I need to go further down, which means I have to delete. I'm gonna copy this driver and delete all the drivers. Then I'm gonna paste the driver again here. I'm gonna go further down. The minimum height would be the height of a kid. So I'm just gonna go edit this, show driver editor. Set the limit to 0.7 maybe. Even shorter, 0.5. Okay, 0.55. 0.6. I think it's the magic number. No, 0.5, so I can actually go. So I can actually get some even shorter kids. Or maybe 0.55. No, 0.5. There we go. So I'm just gonna paste that in every driver, in every. Oh, that's so small now. But that's definitely looking like a kid. Yeah, that looks like a kid, a muscular kid. Then again, in Regalia, they train kids. Like the youngest they train kids would be the age of Booch, which is 2. They start training kids to, for war. So first they train them how to ride bats, because there are giant bats in Regalia. Yeah. Let me just edit this driver, show driver editor. I will have to increase this a bit more, maybe 0.6. You don't want that to be that small. Mandatory service time? I don't think so. Actually, they don't send the 2-year-olds to war because they'll die. Definitely, they will die. But they train them all their life so that by the time they're of age, they can actually take down like a gigantic rat because their enemies are usually giant rats. But they'll be riding on a giant bat because the humans and the bats and the Underland made an alliance. Yeah, I suggest you guys give it a read. It's Susan Collins' The Underland Chronicles. The first book would be Gregory the Overlander, and that's the one that I'm creating adaptations right now. And this is for that. I already created a 3D animated film. This is actually for episode 2 of the project. Episode 1 is a 3D animated film. Episode 2 is a 3D comic, an interactive comic, which I will make in Unreal. And I'm planning to do it using the older version of Unreal where you can create a HTML5 application so that it's accessible online. Yeah, Macro, check it out. It's a really awesome story. It's if you don't know who Suzanne Collins is, she actually wrote Hunger Games. So that series, she wrote it before the Hunger Games, and a lot of us fans think that it's way better than the Hunger Games. The Underland Chronicles series. So yeah, check it out. Definitely check it out. It's Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins. That's the first book. Or just for the whole series, you can search The Underland Chronicles. It's awesome. The reason I started this project is because, The Hunger Games was made into a movie. It's one of Susan Collins' book. It kind of pissed me off that one of my favorite books, which came before The Hunger Games, wasn't made into a film or series yet. And I decided to just, I'll do it myself. But yeah. After the project, I aim to be able to create a fight scene between the humans and bats versus the rats. And that was the time when the main character, Gregor, tried to escape. the humans because he thought he's being imprisoned. No spoilers, just read it. Yeah, on my main channel, you'll see there a 3D animated short titled Big Bug. And that's like Gregor's first meeting of one of the creatures on the Underland, which is a giant roach. Really awesome story. It's one of those stories that compelled me to become a storyteller and made me want to make stuff. Probably 0.65 because we do want to be able to .65. So I'm going down just by 5 or by 5 or by 10. So yeah, I guess a kid. We can go from a kid to adult, which is that tall. Motion paths and walk navigation. Is that for like automating it? Automating like walking animations or something? The thing is, for the crowd scene, I plan to just use Unreal because I think that would make it faster and not heavier. And when it comes to automation, I think I'm just gonna go work on it there. So I really want to utilize like the game aspect of it, where these models in Unreal, they like a lower resolution version of them are automatically created. Yeah, that's useful for cars, right? Like cars and yeah, mostly cars. Okay, we're done with the height. We're definitely not gonna be finishing all this in the stream. Just don't wanna end up showing you guys too much. But one of the things that I wanna show in the stream is adding a color picker, because it's so easy to do in Blender, adding a color picker. So we're gonna go to the face, I think. Face, and we're gonna go with a color here of the eyes. Yeah, LODs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a custom property for the color here, and it's pretty easy to do. I'm just gonna add a new custom property. I'm gonna go add a float array. So we should have 3 array length here. I should name this eye color. And it's going to be an RGB. It should be in linear color right there. Subtype linear color. If I press OK, that would just create a color picker for us. It's really nice. And I can just go copy data path here, I think. I think that's how you do it. Copy data path. And then I'm going to go to the color of the eye, which is this one. And then I'm going to wait. I think this is not how you do it. Let me just go back here. Properties. I'm pretty sure it's copy data path. Let's see. This is the one that's manipulating the eye. But I do want to just... No, it's best to have like a full control. Let's see. No, this is not it. Remember, I'm forgetting a step. I'm forgetting a step here. Is it copy full data path? No, that's not it. We're gonna remember this. What was that again? Yeah, I've been saving this whole time. What was it again? Wait, let me open file. Open. Let me open an old, different project file here. Characters. It's this guy. Because I managed to attach this to the skin color. Skin. Like right here. So how did I do this again? Don't save. Okay then, let's see. Let me just try and add like a default value for now. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, there we go. I remember now. It should be copy as new driver right here. That's what I was looking for. And paste driver. And I believe I need to keep doing it. For each value. Paste as paste driver. So just, you know, you need to do it for the RGB values. Copy as new driver, because that's where that copy as new driver is. And I'm just gonna go paste as new driver. Oh crap, never mind. No, dang. Copy as new driver and then paste driver. B paste driver. And that should follow our, yeah. That should now follow this. Now we have a way to customize the eye. But I do need to set it to a default value where they're purple. So I'm just gonna go copy that. Yeah, the Regalians, the ones who live in the Underland, have purple eyes. Because that's how they evolved. And maybe the lack of like UVs or something. But yeah, they evolved into looking like this. They're very pale, translucent skin. That's why you can see their veins. And then they have purple eyes. So there you go. I'm just gonna go copy this to the default value, I guess. So if I reset to default, it's just going to be set to this purple eye right here. So Regalians will always have purple eyes. I want to be able to limit it to that, but for now, we're gonna stick with it, with us being able to manipulate. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. When I figured this out, I was like, wow, I'm gonna be using this all the time now. What you do is just add this, like add a new property, set it to float array, and set the subtype to linear color. That's gonna give you a color, and then to copy paste it to make it control like the color of the material. You just open it up and then go to each of the RGB, copy it as new driver, and then paste it to each of the RGB on the material. Yeah. Right now I'm working on that comic, and it's going to be like an interactive comic thing where you click, and then there's parallax motion on each panel. That's just an idea, but once we actually work on that thing, there's gonna be some changes, and yeah, I'm gonna be streaming that as well when we get to that point. Right now, I'm just creating the assets that I'll be needing, like the characters. I haven't even modeled the environment yet, which is what I'll need to do after I model the characters and the creatures, like the bats. And it's also going to be voiceover. There's going to be voices, which is really awesome. It's something that many fans will appreciate. And of course, everything that I do will be shared for free. So once I'm done, the comic, it's going to be free, accessible for free. After the comic, it's going to be an open world game. And maybe we'll see this character again in an open world game. Actually, with the voice actors, I already have volunteers. They're like fans of the Underland Chronicles, and they appreciate what I do for the Underland Chronicles, that they want to help out. So I have some volunteer voice actors. They are gonna help me with the voices for free. Because yeah, I'm doing everything here for free. The final product of this will be, it's not gonna be monetized. I'm gonna be publishing it. It's not gonna be monetized. So yeah, I only monetize like the secondary contents that I make from the project, like the streams and the making of stuff. But yeah, that's for the color. One big thing about customizing stuff. So we have color, and then just the values. It's the asset picker that I'm going to have to. It's going to be a headache. So I want to be able to use this to also turn on or off certain things. Bob Ross. I really want to do that because, here in our country, there's like a lack of knowledge in this sort of stuff. I can't really find a good school here to learn this. I learned everything everything in Blender by studying by myself, or, looking at tutorials on YouTube. I did not pay for any kind of education to learn these things. I learned this by watching videos online. And then just starting some projects, because it really just helps starting a project. I am from the Philippines, and people here, especially the ones in the production side of like filmmaking and shows, they really need to be educated how to do things, because they don't know how to VFX. Like, they don't plan it properly. Like this action sequences, they don't plan it properly. The animation and the VFX, they don't like include it to the grand scheme of their plans. They kind of like add it as an accessory. Like, let's just add it later. Let's worry about it later. Let's just have them move this way and that way, and then add the VFX later. It doesn't look great. Like you can see, not there's some Filipino shows, especially fantasy ones. VFX is just like everyone's hating it, even Filipinos. But of course, sometimes there are others who just kind of they just compliment things. It's mostly actor driven. Like if they have a popular actor, and then that's fine. They enjoy it. Thing is, there are people who are already better than me, who's out there, but I don't know why. Many years and still are like filmmaking, the VFX in our films and shows are still not great. Like there have been many reasons that I've learned from people who are in the industry, and I'm just really trying to figure out how to fix it. Like what kind of system do we need to be able to fix it? What stuff do we need? I don't want to start it on YouTube because, I can monetize my content, make a bit of money while trying to figure things out. But of course, it's still not enough. One of the difficult things is to getting the work seen. But yeah, I just have this feeling where if I just make one really, really great short film, it's just gonna help me get noticed. And that's the aim of this project. This is my first project for Doodlos Productions. The first short film I made is to just prove to myself if I can make a 3D animated film. And I think that was a success. The next thing is to create the best film, like action-packed film out there, and just doing it with lesser time than I spent on the previous short film, which is took me 4 years to do because I had to figure out a bunch of stuff by myself. I didn't study, I did not have any experience in anything. I did not study filmmaking. I have to figure out how to how to model from scratch. So it took 4 years to do that. And also add that to the fact that I have been making 3D animated shorts while creating the 3D animation to explain how I made the 3D animation. So that's also one of the things. That's why I also want to find ways to quickly create quick, not that great 3D animations. And Unreal, I think, is going to help me with that. That's why I made the Unreal presentation thing. Anyways, I think that's all for now. We created some customizations options here, and I did show how to add this color thing to. Of course, we can't see it here. It need to be on the material preview mode. So there are only two colors that their eye should be. One would be the normal eye for Regalians, which is a purple shade, and then another would be the green one, which is it's a half lander person. So half overlander, which is from the surface, normal looking people, and half underlander. Really hope I can live up to your expectation, but yeah, I really want to make the best action sequence. And I think, yeah, by the end of this project, that's the aim. I'm going to be able to do that. There's going to be a bunch of characters that many fans of the Underland Chronicles can use on their own projects. And because they're going to be available to download for free. So yeah, this Regalian character, I'm making a character creator so they can create their own characters. And it's going to be available to be downloaded for free as well. Also, that open world game. I'm not sure how much deeper I'm going to go there, but it's all mostly really cinematic. That's the plan. Just mostly cinematic for the open world. Just them being able to walk around the city of Regalia, which is the city of humans in the Underland. And then, yeah, that's the third project. The fourth project, the fourth content, it would be just 2D/3D video presentation of the history of regalia of the people. And then the last one, the fifth phase of the project, would be a 3D animated short film of a fight scene, a battle scene. I mean, not a battle, a fight scene, just a fight scene. And I want to be able to show that in best way that I can as a filmmaker. And it needs to be intense. It has to like show a story, and it needs to be delivered in a really nice way, nice spacing, nice everything. But yeah, here we go. We need this. The second phase is just creating a bunch of characters. Well, once I'm done with all of this, it would not be a problem for me to create more characters on the next phases of the project. So yeah, if you want to know more about that project, I think I do have a link in the description below where you can watch a video about it, or a link to a post that I did on my KoFi page. And yeah, it's a big project. But, you know, that's what I want to do here in Doodles Productions. Start this big project and, you know, have some results that will help others as well to make their own films and animation. Because, you know, I want to be able to do that for my fellow Filipino brethren as well. So that I want to figure out a new system to do things. Because clearly, whatever kind of system that the current production or networks or teams of people who works on these films and animation in our country, clearly their system doesn't work. Because there's no improvement in the VFX side of things. They're mostly focused on drama. And yeah, we're already good with drama. But what about VFX? How can we utilize VFX and animation to help with the story? That's something that's still really, even now in this year, our countries like industry and that are just not great. They're used to seeing bad VFX, and because of that, that's one of the reasons. They just are the people who watch this content are used to bad VFX anyway, so we're doing it this way. We're not planning it that much. They have that kind of mentality. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, if you wanna, you know, see more, just subscribe to this channel and follow me everywhere, cause I plan to share my journey in the most creative way that I can, which is Journey to Awesomeness is already helping with that. But yeah, I think we're done with the customization stuff. All other customization that I listed here, I'm gonna be doing this offline. They're basically just redoing what I did in this stream, like, but you know, manipulating other parts of the rig. The face is gonna be challenging, but for the face, if we look at like the tweaks on the face here, there's a bunch of stuff we can do. Like the size of the nose, we can tweak by scaling this up right here. Oh wait, the scaling this main nose thing, or if you want to change the position, you know, the rig is already going to help us with that. For the eyes as well, these yellow things, I usually don't animate them. Usually when you animate, you just use this for closing and opening the eyes, maybe tweak it a bit. So this bones, I will not be manipulating for the eyes. It's going to be the edges of the eyes. Like, you know, you make the eye go that way or more outwards. So you can see, you can make like a Japanese or Chinese or Asian, more Asian looking character. So yeah, just getting this edges. It's usually just going to be this edge that I'm gonna be manipulating to like make the faces unique. The eyebrows, I might have to create a different like mesh for it with different like hair system to make it look different. And then make the mouth, probably not gonna be manipulating the mouth that much. The jaw though, that's gonna be the challenge though. I can just take this, move it around a bit. is that ear size. I think we do have this bone for the ear. So yeah, just attaching that to a driver and then copy the data path from the custom properties, and we can just manipulate that. It's going to be a bunch of custom properties here when we're done, and I need to redo all that for the female variant. But yeah, I had to cuff. Yeah, that's all for now. I'm just gonna go ahead, hide this maybe. Where is this anyway? Kid one. Now let's put that in customization for now, so I can easily find it. Let's see. Go up, go up, go up. Oh boy, that's taking a lot of time. Gotta make sure that we uncheck that, so we don't need to make that a problem. But yeah, this is it for now. We added some custom properties that will help us, customize the character a bit. The height can make like a kid to adult. The waist. Some of them have been eating so much, although they do need to keep themselves fit to be ready for battle. And then there's a bunch more that I need to add. And that is something that you probably can do too if you watch this stream or video and create your own custom characters. Like creating a character creator is really, I think, a very powerful thing to do as a content creator, especially for me who wants to be able to like populate a scene with a crowd of people. I think this helps, and I can also use this to create other characters for animated shorts as well. Yeah, guess that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Also, a huge thanks to those who supported me through KoFi, to Caro Green Paragon, to Jane, to GulliermoGage, to ScaredFlier, and PrimeDeceiver. They supported me through ko-fi.com/doodlenose productions. And yeah, if you want to support me in all of my endeavors, that is the best place to do it. I also have a Ko-fi shop where you can, download some free models. You can also add a bit of tip there if you want to help me out on my Ko-fi shop. There's a bunch of free models and everything. Just check it out. It's in my Ko-fi page. Go to shop there. Maybe I can show you that, maybe just real quick. Excuse me. Dang it. I hate being sick. Let's see. I'm going to go back to screen here just to show you guys this. So this is my Ko-fi page. And if you go here, you can go to my shop and you can download a bunch of assets here. This is in HDRI of my previous animated short, episode 1 of the project. And yeah, members can download the original mob file for Big Bug, which is a short film. I do this because I don't want someone else to just download it and re-upload it on their channel. This way I'll know who downloaded it. Of course, someone can just download it from my YouTube channel, but the raw file is still the best file. And I'm only gonna be giving that away to the members of my Ko-fi. Yeah, there's a bunch of other characters. This is the characters of Big Bug, downloadable for free, and a whole lot of other things. Yeah, each time I have a 3D model done in any of my video, I'll be putting it up here. I actually plan to revisit all the other models, my older models, which is the 9 model, the Baymax, and other stuff. I'm gonna revisit that and put that here as well. It's just that right now they're not the best, so I need to like re-rig them. I need to do a bunch of stuff for those things. But yeah, ko-fi.com/doodlenose productions. That's how you can support me, or buy the stuff that I have. Also, follow Doodlenose Productions everywhere on the internet if you want to see some really awesome stuff. Consider subscribing and like this video if I helped you in any way in your own journey. But yeah, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. To Macro, to Dominic Pond, and also for Paul for stopping by. For everyone who will be watching this video up to this point, thank you. And yeah, that is all for now. My name is MJ Vilches. And yeah, bye. Over and out. No, that's a different outro. Yeah, see ya.